Hi, it's Nongon, and today we're playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey for the PS4. It's a speed platinum run. We're trying to get the trophies as quickly as possible. Current time to beat's 3 days, 12 hours, so this is pretty long and challenging. As always, I do this for two reasons. One, you can use these strategies, beat my time. It's cool to be number one at something, even if it's a little silly thing like this. If you don't care about time, just want an easier path to platinum, you can use these strategies as well. As always, I will warn you, there are spoilers ahead for both story and combat. I can't do this video without it, so that's what we got. This is part 3 of an unknown number of videos. The first 2 were just introductory ones for traveling and leveling. The other one breaks down the trophy list and my planned route and what I'm trying to work on at the same time. So I won't cover that ground again. There's a link in the description of the full playlist. Basically what I'm doing is running through the story, catching all the other missions as I can, and then working on 7 other main trophies, clearing the map, getting underwater objectives, collecting enough stuff to upgrade the ship, cultists, mercenaries, different mission things. So I'll put all kinds of counters up there as well as an estimated time of the run so you can see about where we're at. I don't have the software or the knowledge on how to do an actual time clock for a speed run, and speed plats are different anyway. That's what we're going to do. Let's get into it and let's go. So you'll start with the prologue as Leonidas. It's basically a tutorial. So one of the first things you look for on a speed platinum run is what can you knock out before you get your first trophy, because the clock doesn't start until that first one dings. This one's irrelevant because you have to do this prologue. So there we go. We'll start right there. Boom. 1 trophy down. And we are rocking and rolling. Clock has begun. We're, of course, going to select the options that are fastest. We're going to play on easy, use the lightest level scaling they give us. And I've also purchased for real money a permanent 50% XP boost. You don't really need it, but it really helps me get leveled without having to grind stuff out. So saves time, right? You'll start on Kephalonia. If you follow the story, pretty soon you'll get your gear. If you have played other Assassin's Creed games, you may possibly have some legendary equipment already. I, in fact, did. So at the 6-minute mark, I went bang, 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 got 3 quick trophies out of the way. Boom, up to 4. Talk to Marcos, rescue Phoebe, then head into town and pick up your first message board quest. The trophy Missios in training requires 20 bounties, war contracts, or naval contracts from these boards. This one actually doesn't count, but it's good XP, so pick it up anyway. I'm going to keep a counter up there, and we'll just pick up every quest we can until we get that trophy. Stick to the main missions, ignore the side missions. When you have to cross the channel for Alpador, make sure you stop here and get your first underwater objective. Get that treasure chest, and that's 1 out of 42 for Child of Poseidon. Good job. Also, make sure when you get to the fort for this mission that you get the ancient tablets from up here in the fort. That'll be your first 4 out of 76. Yay! I don't think I mentioned why in this video you need ancient tablets. You're going to need those for upgrading your ship for to legendary status for this trophy right here. So you'll need to get those from ruins, and you'll have to go to at least about 20 of those, even if you use a discount. The mercenary Talos will be chasing you this whole time. Make sure you kill him at some point. He will be the first of 38 higher ranked mercenaries you will have to kill for top of the food chain trophy. So get started on that. When the story sends you south, make sure you pick up these 2 underwater objectives on your way to meeting the Cyclops. And then just follow the story markers and you will get a boat, get off of Kephalonia at about the 40-minute mark. 39:21 for me at this one. So part 1 done. Nice job. On the way to the next location, there will be 4 underwater objectives. You only want to do 3. You can skip Shipwreck Cove. You'll need that for story way later in the game. Also, if you can sail to this dock in Achaia and open it up, that'll help you with fast travel later. Another quick trophy to get while you're here is to just assign a legendary lieutenant to your first ship lieutenant slot. If you don't have one yet, you will get one in the course of the game, but I did in about the 45-minute mark, so there you go. If you have a female crew available, equip it right now, and then the first ship you cleave in half will get you these 2 trophies. Not too bad. When you get to Megaris, head straight to Fort Urania. Make sure you get message board quests along the way. If you kill everybody and do every objective in here, you will complete the necessary quests and also lower the power of Athens to the point where you can just go straight over to the leader and take him out. Woo! On the way to your next objective, make sure you stop at the ruined Temple of Apollo and get the sweet, sweet ancient tablets. So that's done. And during the conquest battle at the end here, you will be forced to fight another mercenary that's higher than you. So we'll mark 1 more off on that. There we go. By the end, you should be finishing chapter 2 here with just about 1 hour and 20 minutes into the run. Chapter 3's next. The story's pretty linear. We're going to knock out this bounty on the way because it happened to be there. And then we're also going to grab this ruin and get some more ancient tablets on the way. I caught another Merc unaware and then stopped for 4 ancient tablets at Prometheus and the Birth of Humankind, 4 more ancient tablets at the Snake Temple on the way to killing Elpenor, your first cultist. Yay! The Oracle at Delphi is next. She's going to have you do a bunch of stuff. On the way, I saw this bounty on a mercenary, so that's a 2-for-1, standing right next to where the Oracle's hiding. In the course of that, I also got 2 more mercenaries that showed up, so I ended up with like a 15-minute mission, killing all 3 of them. I don't know how many were higher level than me. I'm just going to count them all since I'm pretty low level. We'll reconcile it later. So 3 mercenaries, 1 more bounty, complete. Oracle also done. Before you go back to Delphi, though, head north to the Temple of Artemis. You'll meet Daphne. She'll start you on the Sisters of Artemis quest, where you kill a bunch of beasts. On the way to the first one she asks about is the boar, and I got lucky enough to have another bounty active, so let's take that out. Ooh. I then learned pretty quickly that level 12 going on 13 is not high enough to defeat that boar, even on easy, at least not if you're bad like me. So, yep, hard lesson there. No big deal. You can come back and get to it in a minute. Head down to the story, you'll go in, have a little meeting, and you will defeat your second cultist of the game. So good job. That's chapter 3. Looks like we're at just over 2 hours, 2 hours and 8 minutes into the run. Not too bad. I guess this is as good a time as any to talk about my loadout. It is not the best loadout. You are welcome to improve on it, but it is easy to remember and easy to work. So abilities, I just use Bull Rush and Sparta Kick right away. At level 5, I add Second Wind, very important. You can heal during combat, and Vanish from the Hunter Tree. This allows you to pick up treasures or ancient tablets or confirm kills while you're still in combat, kind of like a flashbang grenade. At level 16, definitely add the overpower attacks for both the bow and the melee. But other than that, I just use passive abilities, no more active abilities until about mid-level 30s or so. At that point, I'll add some extra points into the abilities that are required for specific trophies. But other than that, that's all we got. Again, you're welcome to do better, or you can respec at any time as well if you want. So that's a feature in the game. As for weapons and armor, I just use any old garbage that has the best warrior damage. When I get to level 15 and the secondary slot for melee opens up, I will switch to upgrading that constantly and equip the Bighorn Bow from the Helix menu, the Ubisoft menu. You can see my intro video for why that's important and why you can do it. But basically, it allows you to not worry about hunter damage. Your hunter damage will continue to scale with your warrior damage as long as you use the Bighorn Bow in the secondary slot. So you don't have to worry about having another bow. You can use that the rest of the game. So that's my loadout. Let's get back to Chapter 4. Herodotus in Chapter 4 wants us first to go to Andros to upgrade our spear, but we're going to be roundabout and do some other stuff first. First off, as soon as I got on the ship, I immediately got accosted by a mercenary, so we'll add one to that. They happen to be in an epic ship, so I got the trophy for sinking the first one of those. Don't worry, it's unmissable. You'll get it eventually. From there, we're going to make a quick little backward circle to do this underwater objective, this underwater objective, this ruin here for more ancient tablets, and then kill this cultist Zoisma right here. And then fast travel back to the ship. Next stop are the Abantis Islands. Those are the first of the 3 groups needed for Island Hopper. That's Euboea or whatever, and Skyros, I think, in tandem. There's an underwater objective right before you get to the dock. Then when you get here, you pretty much want to pick up every single yellow-rimmed exclamation point on these islands. The leader in these islands is a cultist, and there's an animal for the Sisters of Artemis that's just north of him, but you're probably not high enough level for either, so just stick to the quests. The rest of Euboea has 1 underwater objective, 3 more ruins to get ancient tablets, there, and there, and then 1 other cultist that you can get, the Centaur, so make sure you put that in your route. I also got involved in another ridiculous 1 versus 3 mercenary battle. Hopefully that helped me move up at least 2 spots. I don't know, I haven't bothered to check yet, but we're going to call it 2 out of 3. I caught another fortunate in the way bounty right here, and then 1 well-executed rock launch to the smaller island and up to the top, where we can finish this joker off and get, I think, 7 of the 20 Island Hopper quests checked off the list. So there you go. On your way out, you're probably high enough level to smoke this leader and get that animal as well. So go ahead and knock that out. I also just noticed that while I was fighting that leader, my bounty went up to 5 stars for the first time. So that is another trophy. Yay! Might as well swing by and get a little get back on that pig that killed me earlier, too. Why not? We even completed a contract while we were doing it. Finally, we can get back to the main story here. You'll upgrade your spear once you get to Andros and then talk to your bro for a little bit. But before you can leave on the boat, run down to the southern tip of that island to take out the Chimera. She'll be pretending to be a regular lady, but she's a cultist. Back on the boat, they're going to want you to sail to Athens. Just before you get off, there's another underwater objective here. When you first get to Athens, make sure you synchronize this viewpoint on Athena's head. You will use this viewpoint a lot. Meet Pericles. He's going to give you 3 quests before you can move on. Do them in any order. I go with the snake guy first because he's closest. You do a pile of message board quests in here too. Just remember, only bounties, contracts, and naval contracts count though. For ostracized quests, you're going to have to leg this dude all the way across the map. Take the long way with the ship, though. You'll get a lot of stuff on the way. I caught 2 mercenaries unaware in the water here. Got this underwater objective right here, and then another one just south right there. Eventually, you'll end up on Core with a real nice fast travel point and an underwater objective of its own. Finally, you'll get back to Athens. You can go to Pericles' house, do some missions inside the house. When you leave, Chapter 4 will finally be complete. And this is a good stopping point as any. I'm going to go ahead and end part 1 here. We'll pick up part 2 where we left off. So far, we're doing pretty good. My practice run for this split was 4 hours and 52 minutes, and we're right at 4 hours and 30 minutes at the end of Chapter 4. In the meantime, we've also got 13 trophies, 14 underwater objectives, 6 cultists, about 10 or 11 mercs. I haven't checked the list. 36 ancient tablets, 5 message board quests, and 7 island hopper quests. So not too bad for the first less than 5 hours in. I will get cracking on part 2 here, and we'll pick it up where we left off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'll see you in the next video. In the meantime, stay bad, people. Non-gone is gone.